Midwest in the building. I'm feeling amazing, and I hope you are too. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to. And with that being said, all my rights are reserved. And oh yeah, I know my rights. What's up, people? How y'all doing out there today? What's going on? What's going on? Man, it's been a long day already. Already, y'all. It's been a long day. With that being said, I have to pull up, pull up my stuff. What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going on out there, y'all? I see y'all out there in YouTube land, Facebook land. What's the word? What's the word, y'all? What's the word? Lanny, what's the word? What's the word? That's why I ain't started right away. Yeah. I set the video up, but I didn't start the broadcast. So y'all, it'll be like I'm getting ready to stream, but I ain't started yet. I just try to get set up to let y'all so some people will know that I'm finna get ready and go live. D Graham, what's going on? P83, what it do? T1, the Sachi, Black Bruce, Lanny, what's going on? Family, Midwest in the building. Oh, coffee with Midwest. What's the word, people? What's the word? Woo. What's going on? Yeah, I was getting in last night or this morning. Should I? Oh yeah, I mean, Shock with the Facts came on here and you know, that's my brother. I just got to give my, tip my head off the shot with the facts, because he came in, he explained it like a motherfucker last night. Oh, yes, he did. He broke it down. He gave you what you asked for. You asked a question, you got the answer in three different ways. Three different ways last night. It was a showdown last night with Shock with the Facts. If you missed it, oh my goodness. He said Shock was good until he started puffing. He can't hang with me. I be telling them they can't hang with me in West. I do this. He said he thought he was gonna fall. Yes, Shock did. I am waiting on the spiritual principle. I know, right? Real talk. He'll be back today sometime. Straight up. He went ham last night. He went off. He was giving the nuggets like they were supposed to be given. And that's what I'm gonna do. Instead of having everybody up at one time, I'll just have one person in. Like if somebody want to come on, I'll just have that one person, or maybe two people come on at that time, and that's it. So everybody can you know, get their time to speak and get their questions answered and things to that nature. So yeah, that was cool. I liked that. We had a ball last night. Shock with the Facts really came through. Matthew, what's the word? Matthew watching on Facebook. Yeah, Shock really came through last night. I appreciate that. Giving out that spiritual blessing. Yeah, Shock gave out that spiritual blessing last night. And if y'all didn't watch that, if y'all missed last night live, go back and watch that video. I'm telling you, it was major nuggets dropped last night. I promise you. I got people watching my videos, taking notes, doing their videos. Trust me. Straight up. I got people watching my videos, taking notes, doing their videos. Shock will be back on in a little while. Uh I'm gonna bring on the people that's fluent in the areas that we're going over as far as the topics. That's who's gonna be up here from now on. We just not gonna have me, Money Boy, Shipper, Shock, all that. It's gonna be relating to the topic. Like whoever can relate, to the topic and got questions and answers about the topic. That's how we're gonna do it. How's it going? for everyone. Midwest, how it's all good over here at the Midwest Show. Your host Midwest and my co-host, the fam. What's going on, fam? Never mind reading the letter. I answer my own question. Yeah, that's how it tends to be. That's how it tends to be, people. Sometimes you answer your own questions, but sometimes, last night a lot of people was getting their questions answered from shock from an answer from a question somebody else answered because he was just going with it. I mean, he was flowing. And that's what I be telling y'all when you researching and you working with people like that, you can't help but to get it between the ears. And I get it between the ears different. I don't, they need to say all them codes and shit and statues and shit. I can't remember all them codes and statues and shit, but I remember the important shit. Straight up. Kevy Cab, Black Bruce Wayne Jr., Money Boy Films in the building. He said, lately, I got your email, Midwest, right here. You must have emailed Money Boy because, yeah, I got the response from you, Money Boy. Yeah. I don't know what the email was about. Somebody enlighten me. Salute, Money Boy from Midwest. I need them collection letters. Okay, it's all good. You heard, hey, y'all got to call me on the low for those collection letters, though. Straight up. Y'all got to call me on the low for those. Because I'm just not handing those out to everybody like how I had out that notice of error because people got it and don't even know what they got. So I'm not giving it to nobody but the people that know what they got and the people that need it. Other than that, I'm not passing out information like that. Because people, I was told to sell it. I've been just giving stuff away. And my brother said, I can't give it away. I can't give it away. Peace, Money Boy. Hey, Money Boy. I learned different as well and move visual and more visual. Yep. Yeah, man. That's a good thing. It's a good thing that people learning. People got dates coming back. People got ULC certificates, to see the light. You know what I'm saying? Without what we got for y'all, like what I bring to the table, I bring to the table everything that you need to get to the end of your process. I don't take things and use them for my advantage to create a following or a gathering. You know what I'm saying? I got the fact and I give it to the people the way it's supposed to be given to the people because I understand the information I got. You see what I'm saying? Straight up. I understand what I got. I know what I got. I know how to present what I got. I can walk in any situation with what I got and come out on top with a victory because I know how to utilize my paperwork, my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I don't take information and just be saying, "Oh, I got this" or "I'm doing this," because if I can't elaborate on it or even give any input or feedback on that information, it don't even make sense for me to speak on it because I don't speak on information that other people have that I can't relate to or don't even I can't speak up to. I don't do that, and to those know what to do with it. That's powerful. Letter. People need to learn how to read answer in front of you. Yeah, that letter right there. That's why I can't give out. That letter is that letter. I'm gonna have to do what she told me. Whoever got that letter for free, y'all got a blessing. But from here on out, I can't just get that letter out. Yeah, I can't get that out. It's gonna be in a non-disclosure. I got my mentor working on that right now. My NDAs, he working on that for me right now. So that's why I said y'all guys got to y'all have them by the beginning of this week or by the middle of this week for sure. For sure. He told me to give him a day or so. He gonna make sure they right. So yeah, that notice. That notice of error. That notice of error is a bad motherfucker. Straight up. I told people when you send that notice of error letter in, you're not gonna hear shit. Straight up. And then the person told me, "Well, you sent it in, but I ain't heard nothing." That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You shutting them up. You letting them know. You let them know who you is. If you don't know who you are, it ain't gonna work for you. I'm blessed, thank you, brother. Yeah, y'all is blessed. That's why I say the people that got it right now, they cool. But from here on out, I gotta be compensated for that letter. Yeah, because people not doing their due diligence. So if they pay for that letter, then they'll read it. They'll understand what they got. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be no high tax, but it's a tax on it. Yeah, and I'll let people know. And I'm the only one that can sell you guys that notice of error because that's my paperwork, and it'll be in the disclosure. Yeah. So with that being said, man, y'all gotta come on get this little paperwork because I'll be leveling up. I got some people that I talked to last early this or early this day that I had to deal. There you go.
Isn't it important to make sure that they have that customized because because they can tell. I think that the people when they receive that letter they can tell if it's been customized for them.
Mm-hmm.
And and I think it's going to be important because that letter that's telling them to stand down. That's telling them, listen, you don't want this fight. But if it's not customized properly, then they're saying, oh, we can fight this thing.
Keep talking shit.
Yeah, with and the bottom line is that when they knuckle up for a fight, they're coming. They're coming with all they got. But if you have but if you've done it the right way, then they know to stand down. They don't want this fight. And the bottom line is this is that when everything is done properly, they really don't want this fight. But if they know that it's not done properly, then they want to fight. I mean, if you would say that's accurate, otherwise, if that's not spot on, Midwest, please let me know. Uh-oh. Well, yeah. So I guess I mean, and that's the whole deal with this is that this is not everything that we've been doing is not about cutting corners and getting over or going, backdoor this or that. No, this has been 100% about doing everything properly, doing everything in broad daylight in front of everyone, giving notices, putting things on public record. This is about letting everybody know that you are wide awake. You're not half asleep. You're not dead asleep. You are fully awake, and that you're ready to put everything on public record and to put things into case law and all of these things. These are the things that Midwest is ready to do. They never want to see him in court. They never want to see this man in court. Not Shock. Not anybody who's done their due diligence. They don't want to see these people in court. They only want to see people in court, and they only want to fight with people who are trying to do stuff in a slick way. Half done, half awake. Like a zombie, half awake. Half alive. It's like you don't want to do it like that. You want to do things fully awake, fully aware, fully alive, and there's no backdooring ways of detecting people coming through the back door. This is not like this is not about getting something for nothing. It's about doing everything right, and that's what they've hidden. That's what they've hidden from the public, is how to do things the right way. That's what's hidden. It's uh and so it's like when people figure out half of the truth and they wake up halfway and they think they're going to try to do something slick, they get jammed up. But when you fully wake up and you fully do things the right way, stay in an honor, do things in a proper way, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, then then there's no fight. There's no argument, there's no fight, there's no fuss. There's just everybody do what you're supposed to do the right way. Period. You know, so I'll just say it like that, and I'll and then Midwest, let me know if there's anything that needs to be added to that or taken away. Uh-oh. Midwest, are you saying something and I can't hear you?
Yeah, you were saying something. I said Kevy Kev said, what's good?
Oh, baby Kev, what's happening? How's everybody doing? Hope y'all are
Yeah.
having an awesome new year.
Money Boy said, what's good? Let me
Money
see.
boy.
He said, what's up, shipper?
Not too much, not too much.
Lanny, you said you got a video. What kind of video you got, Lanny? You trying to share with the people? I read your comment earlier. I'm getting back to you. Coffee with Midwest, y'all. Coffee with Midwest. I got my special guest shipper up here with me this afternoon. We just here to come to the people, answer some questions. If you got any questions, you can write them in the chat. I'm not taking no calls at the moment. Any questions, you can write them in the chat. I'll respond. Um, want to just say, awesome show earlier this day with Shock with the Facts and the fam. All the support that we got from Facebook, all the support that we got from YouTube. I just want to, I'm very grateful and appreciative. And I just want to say, thank you guys once again. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Y'all hit that thumb on the way in. Y'all smash that thumb, ring that bell. Smash that thumb, ring that bell. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you, Vanessa. She said, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Somebody got to stand up. Somebody got to stand up. Somebody got to be accountable. Somebody got to stand up and help wake their people up and let them know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like to do things for themselves and keep everything a secret for themselves. It's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? You should want the person next to you in your position. Everybody around you, you should want them in your position. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You shouldn't have people around you that's still stuck in the system and you know how to get them out. But they're hanging out with you every day. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how that work. So I make my circle with people that's like minded, people that want to educate themselves, not me educate them educating themselves, and we can research together, and then we can educate ourselves together as one, as a unit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm with that 24/7. But I'm not with educating the next man and they prospering off of it. No, I ain't with that. You know, they
You
gotta
know what?
help. They had to help educate themselves. Like everybody want me to just give them this. Everybody want me to just give them that. And then when I don't deliver what they want, then this ain't real. That ain't real. Well, it might not be real to you. You got to do your own research. Didn't nobody give it to me. I had to go out there and look for it. I had to find it myself. Midwest did his own research. Did nobody send me no papers in the mail or anything like that. I did my own research. I went in my own book. I opened my book myself. And nobody don't. I'm in my house like everybody else in their own household. And we all in different places. You know what I'm saying? So it's on you to do what you need to do. I'll get a 9A number, but I'll wait till I'll get everything. And the 9A number will be my last thing to do if I was you, because you want to get your name right, then you want to get your ecclesiastic trust, so you want everything to match up. So I wouldn't just go and get a 9A number because I can get a 9A number. For
See,
real.
Midwest, you've been really true with what you're saying, because even though even though you even though you have a lot of really proprietary information for your ministry, your LLC, even though you have a massive you have a lot of good things. I'd say more than most. So I mean, but that doesn't mean that we want to just that you're trying to have us come sit at your feet,
Right.
because you're not like that. You're not that kind of person. You don't have that kind of personality. You're still you're still trying to bring everyone together and trying to have everyone participate. And that's
Right.
the important thing. It's not about who knows more. It's really about participation
Right.
and taking responsibility. Because if I'm, I can't, you know like I can't say, I can't make Midwest responsible for my life. This is my life. I can't say, oh, Midwest said, or I can't say, oh, Midwest didn't show me this. No, this is my life. I'm responsible. But has Midwest helped me? Yes, he has a lot. And so that's a blessing. And so I want to participate. I want to do anything I can, but that doesn't mean I sit quiet at his feet. And no, it means I got to take responsibility for my life, and I got to own up. And I got and if I didn't do something right, and if I didn't figure something out, that's not Midwest's fault. I can't put that on Midwest. I got to take responsibility for my own life. I can't blame anybody, okay? Because we were born underwater. We were born in maritime law. We were born in a legal fiction. The tables were stacked, against us from jump. You can't blame anybody for anything. This is we
Correct.
were we were born in this mess. Now when
Yeah.
somebody now when somebody tries to help, because this happened to me, because I've helped people, but it was like what you said, Midwest. It's like when you don't when I didn't give them what they wanted, when they wanted it, how they wanted it, they wanted to blame me. And I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, no, I'm only here to help you. Now, if you didn't get everything that you wanted, that's not my fault. But I don't want to. Everything is worked out and everybody understands clearly now. But that's the thing. It's like, this is not about blame, and this is not about accusation. This is about every man, every woman taking responsibility for their own life, taking responsibility for their own knowledge, doing their own due diligence. Because I'll tell you, I'll share what I learned, but the only reason why I'm going to share what I learned is so that I can get feedback on it, so I can get a double check on it, so I can say, hey, listen, this is what I heard over here, this is what I read over there. What do you think? What did you hear? What did you learn? What do you know? This is what I've learned. That's it. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. I'm not trying to tell anybody where to go. I'm just trying to study and I'm trying to learn. And if I'm confident about something, I'm going to pull the trigger on it every single time because that's how I am. That's my personality.
Right.
Is that if I see a green light, I'm going. And if
Correct.
something happens that I don't like, I'm taking responsibility for that because I'm the one who made the decision. Nobody made a decision for me. I made the decision for myself. So I get the benefit and I get the blame for my decisions, not anybody else's. I never,
Hey, Bernadine.
yeah. So anyway, I get off the soapbox. But I will say this though. We were talking about something very important earlier. We were talking about the body detoxing. If you're eating something that's an adaptogen or a strong detox, then you got to be careful because whatever you're detoxing, your body stored that toxin over years,
Right.
and it's probably storing it in fat tissue. And so when your body gets a detox or some kind of adaptogen that helps you detox, you're going to detox it all at once. Now, that toxin, in order for it to detox, has to course through your veins. It has to go through your blood for your body to get rid of it, which means you might have a reaction. You might have a reaction to it because now your body is detoxing something in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days that it's been accumulating over years. And that might make you sick. It might make you break out into a rash. It might make you itch. Might make you confused. Okay, so you got to be careful. So whenever you're taking an adaptogen or a detox, you want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. You want to make sure that you're having good bowel movements. You're eating plenty of fibrous foods that are nutrient dense to help you process and help you deal with those toxins. Because now you're
Correct.
you're detoxing it. You want to have good bowel movements. You want to have good urination. You want to have good hydration. You want to really baby your kidneys. You want to baby your liver. You want to baby your large intestines, your small intestines, your colon. You want to take good showers and get those toxins out of your skin because these are all the places that your blood flows and where toxins might course through in order to leave your body.
Right.
So you want to make sure all of those systems, always remember your skin is the largest organ of your body. It's one organ,
Right.
and it's the largest organ of the body is your skin. You want to make sure that it's clean. You want to you
Yeah.
want to make sure your colon is clean,
Okay.
liver,
I'm
kidneys.
I'm gonna jump to the a question from the chat real fast. It said these debtors know that everything is prepaid, cars, notes, and mortgages. Of course, that's why when you come in and you talk, and if you're not talking in the right language, they look at you like you're crazy. That's why we started off on what we started off on for those that was in the on those calls. I introduced you guys to the language first. I wasn't introduced to the language first. I got the language last. But if I would have got the language first, then I would have knew what they were saying. It wouldn't have took me as long. But I'm glad that I got it the way I got it because now I understand and understand everything. So, and I was able to pass it on to my brothers. So,
And he did. He really, really did. I'll tell you what, this has been amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel, you know, I feel so happy. You would wonder. It's like, well, why does that make you so happy? And it's because the deception deception is so big, and it affects so many areas of our lives. When we start to get exposed to the truth, your subconscious mind knows that it relates to everything. It relates to everything that's been bothering you. And so now you have something in your brain that's now, even at a subconscious level, addressing everything that's been bothering you. And so I feel a sense of joy that seems almost overwhelming. I am so happy. I am so happy. I'm so energized. It's like it's amazing because I mean, it's like now we see everything different. Even if we're going to
Yes.
the plantation, we know
Right.
that we're not going to the plantation for very long. We know
Exactly.
now that they don't have as big a control over us as we thought they had, as they thought they had. Because sometimes when your boss talks to you kind of crazy, that means he thinks he can talk to you any kind of way because he's got control over you. What are you gonna do?
Right. You gonna talk back and get fired, lose your
Yeah,
wages.
yeah, yeah. Where are you gonna go tomorrow? Whose plantation are you gonna go to tomorrow? You're gonna take this. You're gonna take this, and you're gonna take it the way I give it because you got to come back here tomorrow. But now now that you're waking up, you realize you start to see. You know what? I might not have to come back here tomorrow.
Right.
I might have to come back here next week. Maybe
Correct.
okay, maybe I'll let you talk slick to me this one, and but I'm not gonna react this time, and I'm not gonna take it personal, but I am gonna number my days with you,
Right.
and I'm gonna look at this whole thing different, and I think I'll just smile maybe this time. Maybe I'll just smile and nod, and who knows? But everything's different now. Everything's different now.
That's what's up. It's supposed to be different. The understanding is different because now you know that everything is prepaid, and if Jesus died for your sins, why is you down here struggling? And that's the question I ask everybody that believe in God. They say they go to church faithfully. If Jesus died for your sins, why are you still here struggling? You know,
That's right.
if He
Sins
died
is the
for
death.
our sins is dead. Sins is anything that doesn't go against the being. If it don't agree with the being, then it's a sin.
That's right.
For real.
And the
If it's
wages
not
of sin is death. That's what they say. The wages of sin, that's what's in scripture. The wages of sin is death. They pronounce it debt. It's like the wages of sin is debt. You can look at it that way. It's missing the mark. That's what sin is. Sin is missing the mark, falling short. You come short.
yeah,
So if so that's what they're saying when they say that your debts are that everything is prepaid. That means everything that was short was made good. Everything that fell short, every gap was filled, every hole was filled. The valleys were filled, and the high places were made plain, were laid low, so that now it's an even playing field for everybody.
right.
So now what are you going to do? Now that the playing field has been leveled, nothing's too high and nothing's too low, and everything's level. Now what are you going to do? That's the question.
Exactly. Because the the board is on your back, people. The board is on your back, and if you don't stand up, they gonna keep playing the game on you because the board is on your back.
That is
Straight
the
up.
truth.
It's just like Monopoly, but we bent over because we the
Yep.
debtors in the system. That's how they created it. See, you was in debt before you can even say, "Mama, Dad." You was already a debtor. See, but you didn't know that. Your parents didn't know that when they registered you to the corporation, which is the United States of America corporation.
That's right.
The United States of
Border.
America only consists of Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia,
Exactly.
that perimeter. That's why everything goes down right there.
By
That's you notice.
definition.
Doesn't anything happen there? You know, those are that's the most secure place in the states. That's why we knew when that plane hit the Pentagon that it was all bullshit. That's how I knew that because I ain't stupid. Because I know that a plane can't penetrate that concrete barrier and steel. That's steel and concrete. The most powerful steel that American got. That's what's in those buildings right there. Straight up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we already know a plane can't penetrate that. So that was the first sign right there. That was my first sign of waking up. It was 9/11. You know, that was my first sign of waking up. And then after that, it was a wrap. Like Dr. Dre said, it's a wrap. You know, you only can pull somebody's leg. You only can pull somebody's leg for so long. Like he said, you get me one time, shame on you. You get me two times, shame on me. But if you get me,
Right.
for real, you know, ain't no third time, my brother. It's not a third time. You're not getting me three times.
Third time, he pulling out that whopper.
Exactly, because now you fed up. I'm fed up. I can't say you fed up because I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me and West. You know, I'm fed up, so I had to do my due diligence. I had to go out there. I had to do what I needed to do for myself. You know, get my situation right, get my paperwork in order, and now look at me, the man on the land. The man.
I was supposed to be on here. So I was supposed to be on here a little late, but you know things come in improvised and everything's unscheduled. That's what it is over here. So I popped in a little late, just pulled up to the house. And, you know,
Always good to see you.
What's good with
Isn't
the shit?
Doc right on time?
Yeah, he always on time. That's baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
Oh, he popped right in on time. Like, what up, man? West? I was just like, man. Like, I was like, I was just finna call you. He's like, oh, it's all good. I call him, man. I was just finna call you. That's how you know it's, you know, we connected through the universe because when we think about one another, then one of us end up calling each other. All it takes is a thought, and then once that thought is been sent out, then somebody picks up a phone and dial. You know what I'm saying? That's how we connected. Just like that.
You can set a clock by that. I'm telling you, that happens all the time.
I do that shit with all y'all. Money Boy, you, Shot, Shipper. Only person that stopped working with his aunt. But Shot, yesterday I told you I was getting me some jerk chicken, right?
I know you told me.
Yeah, Unc was had the same dinner. That was crazy. He was like, man, he said, I was like, that's crazy, Unc. He said, well, you know, great minds think alike.
That's
So
right.
So he left me with that. So anytime he leave me with something like that, you know how I feel. Unc make you go get it. You know, he don't sugarcoat nothing. He not finna put it in your hand. He gonna make you get it between the fucking ears. Excuse my French.
No. Yeah, but you know what though? Wasn't that so true? Oh my goodness. I mean, to be able to think through a situation on your own without having being told, that's a gift. That is a gift.
That's the gift of gab. That's the gift of gab. People don't understand that.
Listen, you don't want to be in a situation where you can't think it through yourself. Now, that doesn't mean you get a second opinion. That doesn't mean you can't get a second opinion. You can get a second opinion, but you might want to have it figured out before you try to get a second opinion. Because what if somebody tells you something that they didn't really understand everything that you were saying, and they give you advice based on what they thought you were saying, but that really wasn't what you were trying to. That's really wasn't what you meant. And then you do it. You want to be careful.
Law of attraction.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
if you got it between the ears and you can think through a situation, you've been blessed. You've been blessed.
Yeah, man. But yeah, what is going on with it though, y'all? Back, you know,
You back in
back
the
from
lab?
the night.
You back in the lab shot?
Who, me? I just got back
Yeah.
home. I had to run a couple of errands. Back at the house. My eyes keep watering and shit.
They was like, Shock was good until he started puffing.
Huh?
This morning when we went live, they were saying you was good till you start puffing.
So I started. Oh,
Yeah. Them eyes was every time, every blunt, his eyes would go down 5% to 15%.
every blunt lower. Hold on, motherfucker. Lower and lower.
Yeah, we had a ball last night. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. We was on there for a minute, 2-3 hours, people. We had a ball. We had a ball. Yes,
Man,
yes, yes.
I wish I caught it.
You get up early every time. I get up early and stay up late. So
Yeah.
That's how I go.
Here we go.
what's up with the ship though?
Oh, not too much. Not too much, Chakra. You know, just I was talking with Midwest earlier about about the tools that I've been using. It's smoothing out. It's smoothing out even more. And that's been smoothing out even more because it's like, the financial situation, when you're out there in maritime, you're treading water, you're trying to figure it out, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. It can get kind of hectic, can get kind of stressful. And so, if you have, methods of treading water and ways of, treading water, getting to the surface and breathe, that's helpful. You don't want to stay in maritime. You want to get to the land ASAP. So, but if you ever find yourself in water, you know, you do want to have a way to handle it so you don't drown. But so that's been working out. That's been working out quite a bit. So
Well, yeah, and throwing the emphasis on that when you say that, that's what the purpose of the UCC one is. Because when you go in the public, you're going back into the water. So you could be on the land, and next thing you know, and the way you're communicating, whoop, you sucked in back into the water just like that.
That's like
just
that.
like that,
But you can get out just like that, and it's all about the wording and what you speak
like
in and
that.
how you operate. So
Yes.
that's why it's
Exactly.
important to have the double-edged sword that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. That's right. If you are staying close to the ports, you're using your double-edged sword. If
And
you
that's
have
why,
one foot on sea and one foot on land, and you're stable and you know how to operate in wisdom, then you're using that double-edged sword, and you're not wavering too far, one way or too far the other. You're stable, you're
The
balanced,
balance.
you
There
know
you
what you're doing.
go. There you
And
yeah, and that's yeah,
yeah,
pretty much what you just said. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Balance, and also for inference, it's many references. That's why I like using what we be using because there's many references. Your mouth is also a sword, and what you speak could cut deep into what you exist into existence. And the vibration, the sound vibrates. With vibration
yeah,
creates substance or form as well as energy. You're using your energy to speak substance and vibration into the world and manifest. You know what I'm saying? So there's many
exactly.
ways, and by saying that, like how you said, just like how we were just speaking, you could get caught up and be on the other side of the seat in the way of the word how you speak. So
Right.
the way you use your mouth as well got to be correct because your mouth is a sword and your paperwork is a sword, and the ultimate decision that where everything and the principle comes from is you. You know what I'm saying? You're the
Exactly.
source.
Exactly.
Everything was created off of you, off of us people. You know what I'm
Nice
saying?
lingo,
So
Doc.
rather the
Nice
government,
lingo.
rather your business, rather whatever, all that energy source derived from the principle.
Right. And like the way that Shock is talking right now, he's really coaching us. He's really teaching us the way that he's using his words right now. And
go. Okay,
he's
shot.
helping us. He's helping us have our vocabulary right because they're using the same words, but they mean it in different ways, so that we end up speaking their language without knowing it, and they become, and because what they're trying to do is they're trying to pull us out into the sea without us
Well, yeah,
knowing it,
well,
like
the
an
Bible
undertow
tells us about
in
the
the
tongue.
ocean.
The Bible tells us about their language. Learn their language.
Yep, that's
You
what
know what I'm
happened at
saying?
the Tower of Babel. The language was
The Tower of Babel, yeah.
confounded so that they wouldn't understand each other's words, even though they were using the same language that they were using before. Now all of a sudden they
Exactly.
didn't understand each other. How is that? How's that even
Exactly.
possible?
It's the
But
double
that's what's
speak.
happening.
Okay, I
Yeah,
got a
it's not
question.
the.
I got a
You got a
question
question?
from the chat, from the audience.
Yeah.
They said, "What about when you show up in court? Aren't you supposed to stay behind the barrier in order to stay out of maritime?"
No, this is the thing. When you're on the barrier, when you're in court, when you have all your things in order, you don't want to go there and start an argument or whatever. You're just there to present the facts. The lawyer is there to make you argue. If you argue, you're in dishonor. You're not there. It don't matter if you did it or not. The point of the matter is you're there as a secure party and third party intervener on the matter. Now, if you have a UCC, you can put your lien and bond. If you got your name changed, put your certificate, affidavit on there. There's many things that you could do. But the point of the matter, they're there to work for you. Do the IRS form 56. Appoint them the beneficiary. Involve the IRS because they're supposed to pay taxes on the account. They're there as the fiduciary to invest for you. So the fiduciary is there to invest for you. So appoint them as the fiduciary with the IRS. Get them involved. Then do the 10. You can do all that. So no, you can. Ain't nothing wrong with it. People have success doing it, but just go about it different. Some people have public attorneys. Let the public attorney be your voice. You don't need to speak. Write it down. Give instructions to the attorney. Give the instructions you gave to the attorney to the judge. You know what I'm saying? Make them work for you. That's what they're there for. Don't let them make you in dishonor.
There you go.
They're your mouthpiece. So let the lawyer speak for you, but give the lawyer instructions on what to do and say.
Correct. He's there to help you, or he's there to hinder you.
He's there to hinder you. But if you stand on your feet and you there and you force them to do what they do and put it on record, you know what I'm saying?
You're all going.
The judge already know what you told the attorney to do because you sent him a copy as well behind the scenes. So if the judge don't do it, if the attorney ain't trying to do it, then you basically got to speak up to the judge and let the judge know.
Exactly.
You're all going to a point and to a place where they really don't want to see you guys in court.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're not. Yeah.
They really don't want to run the risk of you putting into public record the things that you have and the things that you know.
Well, it's not that though, Schiffer, because it's not that because when you're doing it correct, they're going to get you out that courtroom. They're going to move you to the court of equity. If you have the right documents, so you're going to be different. They're going to be there working for you if you say the right stuff and have the right paperwork and using the right name.
Exactly. They don't want you in their regular courts. Ultimately, they don't want you there.
Well, you can't be there. Men and women can't be in their court. So if you present the right documents, they're going to move you to equity court where it's court for men and women, for gods.
Exactly. If you're a son and the daughter of the Most High, then that's what you are. You have the same DNA. My son has all of my DNA.
Yes. Just like I told my wife, me and you created our daughter in our image. She has a piece of our soul. That's why she acts and looks like you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we created that. We have the energy of God. We have the soul of God, which make us sons and daughters, which make us as God. Just like my daughter, of course, I want my daughter to be better than me and her mom. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, do you not know ye are gods? You will do greater works than I. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people that go to church and worship these people, and they're not even understanding what they're telling you.
It's
you are the church.
When my son was born, I was always gone. I was always at work. I was working nights and weekends. I was either asleep or I was away or I was in a training, or I was traveling, and I was never there. And I worried because I said, how am I gonna teach my son my ways, and how am I gonna, how am I gonna be a dad to my son and influence him the way that I'm supposed to influence him? And I was so worried and I was upset. And then when my son started to grow and become who he was, he's more like me than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, he know how to be around, but he acts and looks and does exactly what you do. That's like my mom telling me, "Oh, I
Yeah,
can't stand you. Act just like your dad." Woo, woo, you know
you
what I'm
would
saying?
think
Yeah, barely
this kid is
around,
more
but
like
you,
me.
yeah, like,
I'm telling you, I can feel his thoughts because he thinks more like me than I do.
yeah. So that's how it is. That's how it is. But that's on that end. You know what I'm saying? That's how that play a
You
part.
can't. That's how I know he's mine. Because he looks like me, and he sounds like me, talks like me. He doesn't look like me now,
You
but when I
credit
was his age,
the
that's
the vessel,
exactly how I looked.
but I still look at it. We created the vessel. It's still got a part of our DNA within his own spirit. He has his own spirit, but his spirit is still attached. It has a part of our DNA to give him this
Oh my
vessel in this
goodness.
existence.
Yeah.
In this existence.
The people who knew me when I was a kid, when they look at him, they're like, "Oh my gosh." they're like they're like, "Oh my goodness." The only
Saying
difference between the way that he looks now and the way that I looked when I was his age is he's about twice my size. He's a big one for his age. I wasn't that big, but we looked just alike. I mean, just
Lately,
alike.
Lately said, do we need to bring our own court reporter?
no,
Yeah.
everything's already recorded on the court, on the record. And
You could
when you go
ask.
there, and they already got that there. But when you go there, I mean, you always put in the motion to get the tapes and the records. You know what I'm saying? But when you doing this and you have your proper name, it's gonna be different. I'm telling you, it's gonna be different.
Very different people. It's not going to be what you think. Trust me.
And they're gonna try to tell you because if you do it correct, the DA is gonna have to pay with it. He might get caught for treason and might go to jail because he's not gonna have enough money to buy for the securities. Like it's getting caught with the hand in the cookie jar. They're not expecting you to come and catch their hand in the cookie jar. So instead of you going to jail, you're not liable. So who's gonna be liable? Who's gonna be the liable one? The DA. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because somebody has to. If you're doing it, you're basically getting accepting the proceeds and all that extra shit. It's gonna have to come out of there.
Pretty much. Somebody got to get paid.
And then and that's only if you get your check though.
I'm getting my check.
Because by you doing what you're doing, you're satisfying the public account. But now on the liability, you as the creditor, you gotta balance out the books, and
I
it
was
has to
just
come
going to
out to
say
you.
that.
It
Just
has to
going to
come
say
out to you. So if it comes out to you, who do you think that money coming from? Nigga, it's gonna come
exactly.
from. It's gonna come from. They're gonna be liable. Because all those bid bonds and everything they created is they're gonna have to by you reclaiming it, they're gonna have to you know what I'm saying, cash it in. And they're gonna try you. You might have to try it 3 times. They're like, oh, he's a good guy. Why don't just leave? We discharge the case, just leave. Don't
Right.
just get that dough, get that check, go down to the clerk. I need to go get that check.
Yep. 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 You're right. You are correct.
Once they
I don't
change
believe
that
what
name over to your proper
stress.
name, when you file that motion, attach your affidavit, and they attach that and change the record on the record, and they accept your motion, and they granted your motion, then say, well, since my proper name is now reflected on the court order, I have every right and proceeds to the entitlement to the proceeds and investments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that, my brother. You question what he say? Fact Shock, Money Boy Films. Money Boy said facts. I think you will have to hire a recorder if you can afford one. Nope. So you put up with the bullshit on the plantation till you're able to leave it behind. Basically, you got to do what works for you.
What they
So
say?
you got to put up with the bullshit on the plantation until you're able to leave it behind.
Yeah. Just do what works for you. You know, some people take bigger jumps and sacrifices than others. You know what I'm saying? Some people in a position that has to be like that. You know, can't just still got to take care of their
Right.
business. But that don't stop you from still using and utilizing your documents in situations. You know what I'm saying? Because you're contracting with every situation is a different contract. So you basically handling every contract differently. But the main point is, even if you have a job, you can put your name in proper form in your job. They might be like, "Ooh, be scared and shit," because you know what I'm saying. But they could do it.
Yeah.
It could be
So
done.
me and my 7 children should be walking on dollar bills.
It's cold up in here, boy.
They said new name, shock value.
Huh?
They said they can call you shock value.
Oh wow.
Shock with the facts. We got Sunship in the building as well, people. Sitting here with Midwest. Coffee with Midwest, enjoying the nuggets. I'm enjoying them too. I'm sitting back like, yeah, Look, they dropping all the bombs. All they gotta do is when they come to the private chat, is be ready to go. Cause y'all dropping them all. Y'all giving them the detail to everything, really.
But you know what I
Uh,
really like about this is the discussion, because it's like I like, even talking right now, it's like I get feedback. I get
thank
feedback
you.
from West. I get feedback from Chalk, because as I'm talking, they're able to see how I'm thinking about certain things, and so I can get feedback. Shock can say, well, you know what? Well, you said this, but you might want to look at it like that. And then Midwest can say, well, you said this, but how about, but let me, I can add to it like that. And then that way I can, in real time, right in front of, I can learn.
Yeah,
But
and
if
guess
I don't
what?
say
And guess
something,
what that
I don't
do?
get feedback.
And guess what that do? That answers some of the questions for the people out there that's kind of timid to call in or to write their question in the chat.
Right,
So your
right,
your your question might be their question. You see what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's
And
why we say it's good. There's no stupid question, people. The only stupid question is a question that's not asked. For
right,
real.
and there's nothing wrong with not knowing everything. There's nothing wrong with that. You
No,
don't
I
have
don't
to
know
know
it.
everything.
Sure don't, because I sure in the hell don't. I know my
See,
way though.
right, exactly. And I'm in a safe enough environment that I don't have to, where I don't have to feel like I got to know everything in order to say a word. You know what I mean? It's like,
Exactly.
I can be wrong. I can be wrong here. You can be wrong around family. You don't have to be right around family. You got to, if you're in a place where people are trying to accuse you and trying to do this to you and do that to you, yeah, you better be careful. But if you're around family, you can be yourself. You can be wrong, but it's like, but we got to be ready to learn though, and nobody will know to tell me something right if I don't tell them what I actually think. So it's like I gotta actually participate and say what I think I know, but at the same time be ready to receive information, to be ready to receive something new or something better or something more refined. You know what I mean? Because what if what I knew was right for another situation, but it didn't
Right.
apply to everything else or something like that. Could be something that simple. But this is the environment where we learn. This is the environment where we grow, where we can cut our teeth and become sharper, become stronger, and become better equipped to go out there and do what we need to do. I like the questions about court, the questions about this, and the questions about that. Those are awesome. And then the
Mhm.
feedback and all that. That's what we. That's the cutting edge. That's
Yep.
the that's where the stuff really happens. It's at
Correct.
is at the questions and the comments. That's where it's like, oh, I
And that's
didn't
why we
know
need
that.
you people, right? We need you people to comment as well. Ask questions, people. That's how you learn. That's how you learn this. That's how we learned this because we asked questions. We was curious. So when you gotta ask questions. You know, it's cool to take notes, but ask questions as well.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna get the information that speaks specifically and directly to your concern and
Yeah.
hit your concern right on the head because it'll be your question.
Yes, sir.
And it has to be because all of us we're on the move. This is happening while we're all doing things. Midwest, he multitasks like you wouldn't believe. Chakra too. And right now this is father son time. And my son he's busy online doing his thing. But but this is all happening while we're on the road. And this is how we have to do it. We have to do it while we're living life.
Exactly.
But we can do it though. We can do it. We can handle it. We're big boys. We're big girls. Whatever you may be, we can do it. We can handle it. But let's do it though. Let's
Yeah.
really do it. Let's participate. Let's ask questions. Let's get in there. Let's get in the dojo. I always say that whenever I'm talking to Shock. All right, Shock. Let's go to the dojo, and and learn and grow.
Yes. Shipper's correct.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, I agree. But I can see the growth in Shipper because Shipper didn't always have that mentality to think it before he go and do it. Shipper used to just run and take a chance, just running there. I'm gonna say butt naked. You know what I'm saying? You know,
True.
but
I'll admit.
he wasn't scared though. That was the whole thing. He wasn't scared to go in there. He didn't know what he was talking about when he was going in there, but he still went. You see? So now he got it between the ears a bit. It's deadly. They can't tell him certain things that they told him at first before he didn't know. You see what I'm saying? He got it between the ears, people. He didn't rush it. He was rushing it. Yes, I can't say he didn't rush it. He was rushing it. He was trying to, every time he starts something, he's like, man, I can go, I can get a loan, I can do this, I can do that. We like Shipper, we don't gotta get no loan, man. We this is us. Like they owe this to us. Like this is already ours. You shouldn't have to go get a loan from your own self. That don't make sense. So now he got it between the ears. He's like, oh, I could utilize my paperwork and get what I need done and don't have to worry about
And
these
then not
situations.
and then not only that, but from the way Shipper was thinking, he was just always thinking as going in as a debtor, and because you could go in as a debtor and capitalize with the paperwork because they don't know what you have, but you could go in as you regularly do, but capitalize in a way by certain ways of signatures and throughout that process when you sign the loan note, without doing certain stuff with the note, so and asking for the check, what I'm saying, at the end, what I'm saying, after the process done, like, okay, now I need my check, and then you pull out the paperwork or whatever after all your signatures and all the shit. So there's certain ways. So so you could go in there as a debtor, but also he had the UCC one. You know what I'm saying? But also that now he has the name change, so you could basically try to get your loan and everything in your proper name with the decree. But it's just
Right.
it's just the principle about going away things. But yeah, he even at that time we're looking at it like shit. We're the credit, yeah, all the credit divides, but by creating debt, it creates a secure party because the debtor always has rights to the collateral, but the debtor doesn't have to have legal title. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, since he don't have to have legal title, the secure party can come in and, what I'm saying, who you hold legal title now, You know what I'm saying? For instance, like say for the car, you have a vehicle, you paid, it's paid off. You hold, or you have a vehicle, or you're paying a mortgage or whatever. You have a you're a debtor. You're paying a debt on it, but you're using the actual car, the actual collateral. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The loan, but you have access, you have rights to it, but you don't hold the legal title to it because that's why they can always come and take it whenever they want or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you could go in there as a debtor and you could utilize that. You could utilize it in a way to capitalize with your paperwork. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yep. Yep.
It's just how you do it. Like you say, you got to know how to work that paperwork.
Make that paper work.
Make it work. That's what we've been doing, making it work to the fullest. To the
That's right.
fullest. Let me see a question. What did it say? Shipper, I feel you. LOL, straight up. Okay, yeah, with that being said, like, share, subscribe, people. Coffee with me at West. We got Shock with the facts. Shipper in the building. Dropping nuggets. Once again, don't forget to smash those thumbs up. Ring those bells. Share that video in your community, people. We need to get this information out to everybody, so pass these nuggets along. Share them in your community as well. I got it going on 2 platforms, so I know a lot of people share it in their communities and on their other platforms, things of that nature. So that's what's up. We just try to bring the knowledge to the people, wake everybody up. Stay focused, stay woke. Those that's in the private chat, y'all know the people been leveling up. It's like 7 or 8 people who got dates. Everybody almost got their ULC, so that's a plus for everybody. That's congratulations for everybody on that. ULC.
All these ministers, all these ordained
All
ministers.
these ordained ministers, yeah.
Get your degrees too, you guys. Become doctors.
You gotta have all the facts before.
Get those PhDs. I'm a doctor of metaphysics, for crying out loud.
Right.
I'm a doctor of theology. I'm a doctor of theology and a doctor of metaphysics.
Yeah, you gotta twerk. Yeah, you gotta twerk that paperwork. You gotta make it work. You know how people be dedicated to their jobs, getting up extra early, staying extra late. Well, you gotta do that with your research for this. For this information right here. You gotta get up early. You gotta stay up late. Sometimes we don't go to sleep because this information right here. Once you start this journey, you don't want to sleep. You want to get to the end of it. You want to get everything you can. You want to get to the end of this and get finished. So sleeping is not an issue.
This is what I said. What I say is this. I say that this information, because it's so nourishing to the brain, it makes so much sense. It doesn't exhaust my brain. It energizes my brain.
Right.
So like school used to exhaust my brain because in everything that this whole world system wants to teach, it's just exhausting. It makes no sense. None of it's connected. None of it's related to each other. And all it does is just exhaust the brain, exhaust the mind. The news, the media, the job, everything. Just taxing the mind, taxing the spirit, taxing your soul. And then all of a sudden you find something that is nourishing your brain, nourishing your mind, it makes you feel like you don't even need sleep. I start studying this stuff, talking about the stuff, and I don't want to go to sleep. I don't want to get off the phone. I don't want to hang up. I want to stay, and I want to get every little thing that I can get and participate as much as I can possibly participate. If I have nothing to say, I just feel embarrassed. If I have nothing that I can contribute, I feel kind of sad, but I hang in there until I do have something that I can contribute because it adds to it for me. I want to be part of this. I wanted to be part of something that made sense.
Right. And for that ULC, Um, let me see. I wouldn't have left out my middle name, and it don't have to match up to your ID because the ID is all caps. It don't have to be last, first, middle. It's just I would have just put my my given name, what my mom named me. If your mom only names you your first and your last name, then that's what you put. But I will do it correctly, so I wouldn't have no issues. You know, I want all my documentations to have the same name on it, not none with
Uh-oh. Midwest looked like he froze up, and I can't hear him. Can you hear me, Shock?
I hear you.
Okay, Midwest looked like Midwest froze. But I tried to line everything back up to the birth certificate because that to the you know to the
That's the
best of
beginning.
to the best of my learning, it seemed like everything traces back to the birth certificate, and so I wanted everything to match with that because my birth certificate was different from everything else, and so now when I correct everything, everything is corrected back to the birth certificate spelling, but I corrected the style. And so now the style matches the original spelling, but now the style is correct. And but yeah, I mean, I get excited just talking about that because it just makes so much sense. It just makes so much sense. And I just like stuff that makes sense, and that's all. I mean, if it doesn't make sense, then I'm just really not too interested. But if it makes sense, then I just feel like I'm all about it.
I agree. Or
You know,
eating
I mean,
pistachios, heck of bomb.
all right. Oh, here comes my neighbor. I'm gonna say hello. Yeah, but I tried to pull up, but it didn't. But your uncle pulled out. How's it going, Gary? Good to see you. Stay warm now.
What's up with y'all though, man? What's up with the people?
Well, you know what, Shock? I have to put a plug out there for you because the young lady, she asked a question about court, and that was a good question. And we should always be asking questions. And so it's like, Shock will have an answer, and but I think everybody can tell by listening to Shock is that it doesn't, like, his knowledge and understanding of it doesn't come just from hearing it once, and he heard something one time and he just memorized what he heard. No, this man will study. Okay, he'll take his time and he'll study, and he's been studying it for years, and he'll compare it to and he's a young man too, you guys. I said this a million times. If I was like Shock when I was Shock's age, oh my gosh, I'd have done taken over the whole world by now. Okay, the whole world. So I'm amazed with Shock. Very, very proud of him. Very, very proud of him. And but his example is, to me, is this: he studies a lot. Okay, he will take the time. He will take the time to study. He'll put in the time. You guys, listen. This is not a this is not a trick. This is not a magic spell. It's not a presto changeo. It's pure study. The dude, if he had if there was a degree for it, he would easily have his master's degree. I'd probably even say he has his PhD in this stuff. Okay, Midwest too. These guys
yeah.
are doctors of this stuff. This is not a trick. This is not a magic spell. message.
It's not a
Yeah,
personal chat.
internet outage.
It's pure study. The dude, have you had a
It's all good.
Hey,
Going
guys.
back. Question: once I do the UCC one on my BC, has my maiden name, but I have divorce decree changing my name back to my maiden name. My SSN is in my married name. So can I file my UCC with my maiden name? You gonna file your UCC with the name your mom gave you?
Why didn't you put all your stuff inside? Why didn't you put all your stuff inside? Okay, I want you to put all your stuff inside. Give me a second. Hold on, I'm gonna back up.
Yep. Yep. Sachi, you gonna file it with the name that your mom gave you?
Yep. That's what the creditor is gonna be. You're gonna have a debtor. You filing two names, really.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So just that just so that, and I think everybody knows. It's like, yeah, these guys, they help me. They help my learning. To participate and to try to, that helped my learning. It helped expedite my learning because they study so much. I'll admit it. Maybe I don't study as much as they do. Okay, I'll admit it. But I do know that what they know and what I know, it had to come from studying. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. These guys study. And I mean, Wes, he tries to say, "Oh, I don't know those codes like that." I don't know if I believe that. He does know those codes. He does have them memorized. But I've heard him. But he's just his. He just criticizes himself to say that. Because he's got a high standard for himself. He'll know. He wants to know those codes even better, because that's how he is. But nevertheless, he still studies it. And so I'm saying that so that everyone can know where it's coming from. It's coming from research, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna have the same, like you may not study the exact same way or as much, but if as long as you know, then you'll be able to, then you'll start to have that same frame of mind, that when you hear something, that you could just go look it up. You can go look it up and confirm it. Now, somebody who a professor of the thing comes and tells you it, that, hey, you know what, chances are probably that he's right, and that I can find it in research, and I have, and you will. But that's how that goes. And so, but I like that, and I appreciate that. I may never get to the place, I may never get to the place where I want to get with my studies, but if I'm learning with a group of people who are moving in that direction, I'm going to have that much more momentum. And I'm going to get a lot farther, and I mean a lot farther, in a community and in a family than I would have got by myself. And I mean by a long shot. By a long shot. And I think everybody already feels it. Everybody already knows. Because, but I'll just say it. I'll say it out loud to confirm it. Because it it's powerful. I never. This is. Oh man, Shock. I'll tell you what, man. You blessed me, bro.
A lot of people, and this go back to how we were saying, like, a lot of people think this is the true. This is how you really save souls.
Yeah, it is. I believe it.
This is
You know, because
really
what? Yeah. I mean, Shaq, look at this. What kind of, the Messiah, Yeshua, Hamashiach, he says that you will be fishers of men, right? That
Yep.
doesn't even make sense unless, because what kind of water are you going to fish a man out of? And why would you need to fish, you know? And then he said that it'll be like in the days of Noah when the Son of Man returns. What do you mean, like the days of Noah? In the days of Noah, there was a flood of water. And clearly in scripture, God made a covenant with the earth that he would never flood the earth like he did before. But now look though, now there is a flood of water, not like the first flood. There's a flood of maritime law that overtakes the land. Now it doesn't overcome the land but it's brought on land every time we consent to it, because it's common. The law of contract is common law, and it's unlimited. So you could even bring maritime law onto the land by contract, and we do that every time we agree with them in word and in contract. But most people don't realize it because they don't know the language. But Shock, when he jumps into this call right now, he immediately starts using the lingo and starts to train us in his language and how he was talking. He immediately was coaching us and training us to know the language.
Yeah, and it's
Because
just
it's
more
the
about knowing.
language.
It's just more about learning language for what we're doing today. You know how many times we was talking and hours on the phone, and even with our mental, like really put hours in this stuff.
Yep. Hours.
Hours, hundreds, thousands of hours just to communicate.
Thousands. Yeah. Yeah. If they say that 5,000 hours is about 5 years worth of training. That would be like a bachelor's degree. Okay. Another 10,000 hours is like a master's degree. And then 15,000 hours would probably be, well, not even 15, like, a little, like less than 15,000 hours would be like a PhD. I'm just saying, I'm just giving that a rough estimate. But, these guys, I think, are easily PhD level instructors, or and they and the reason why I say that is because it takes the it's not they're not just studying for themselves, but they're studying things that were studied. This is a super refined research. So it's not like studying something that nobody knows about. This is about studying something that was studied. Okay, so this is well established research, peer review, double blind. There have been over 25 million people that have done parts of this process since 1933. So, I mean, we're not talking about a low level study, a low level research. This is highest level research, beyond university level research information, way beyond. Double blind, peer review, gold standard. That's what they call that kind of research. They call it gold standard research. University level research is gold standard research. But it's beyond that by far. More well documented, more well researched, more funds and resources dumped into it to do these studies. Okay? Listen to Shock. Listen when somebody asks him a question and he answers it. Now you know where it's coming from. It's coming from PhD level research. And he's got it cold. And he won't stop. You all know he won't stop.
Yeah, but it's just no difference from you and I, y'all. There's no difference from you and I. That's the thing.
Well,
There's no difference from you and I. You get what I'm saying?
yep. Yeah, it takes you know, it takes it's a normal man, a normal woman will do this research. Okay, but at the very, very same time, we know that a normal man is also a son of God. So take take your identity. Take it. It's yours. Always has been, always will be. Yeah, be as humble as you want, but don't diminish the truth of who you really are. Be as humble as you want, but the truth remains. The Son of Man is the Son of God. Don't forget.
Exactly. And we all the same. One might
That's
be a
right.
little bit more educated, but that knowledge is still there for you, just as it was there for me.
That's right. That's right. Now, just because we're all the same doesn't mean that we're not unique.
You're
Because
right.
we're each unique,
Right.
yes, but we all have the same value.
Correct.
We all have the same value. Even as individual and as unique as we all are, we each we have our own we each have our own uniqueness, but we all have equal value. It's just like how you are with your kids. You don't love one child more than another, but you do love one child different than another because they're different.
Right.
If you have one child who's exactly like you may you may act differently toward them. Like my son, I'm so hard on him. Oh my gosh! But that's because he's so much like me. I'm so hard on him. I must frustrate him sometimes. I really do. But it's because I'm just like him. And I talk to him the same way I talk to myself. But if I had a child who wasn't like me, I might treat him different. I might treat him different. It might seem like I'm not as hard on him or something because maybe I don't get him or something. Doesn't mean I love him more or less. It means that I have to love them uniquely. I have to love them differently because they're not the same. They're unique, but I love them the same. And so this is a family story. This is a family story, and it all starts with value. Everyone's value here is unlimited. Your heavenly Father loves you more than everything he has. He loves you more than everything he possesses. But he loves each of you individually. He loves each
Yes.
of you uniquely. There
Correct.
ain't nothing that he puts over any one of us. It's like you remember the story Roots? You know the picture? That picture at the beginning is the man. He's holding up a baby above his head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's your heavenly Father. He holds you even above himself. But he's the one who's holding you above himself. We don't hold ourselves above him. He holds us above him. That means and there's nothing above the heavenly Father. Nothing above. That means there's nothing above you because
I
he
like
holds
that.
you above himself.
I like that analogy, boy. That was a nice one.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Oh man, that touches my heart. It touches my heart because that's what we do. We hold our children above ourselves. That's what we do. Well, that's what your heavenly Father does with you. He holds you above himself. But he's the one who's holding you above himself with his might and his strength and his love. There's nothing that he puts above you. But he loves your neighbor as much as he loves you. The neighbor that sometimes you hate. That's what Yeshua was telling the people. They were saying, he told them the story about the Good Samaritan. Well, they didn't like Samaritans. They hated Samaritans. That's why the story was so famous. But people think that a Good Samaritan was a good thing. No, a Good Samaritan was a bad thing. They said there's no such thing as a Good Samaritan. They hate Samaritans. They were racist. Okay? Call them a half-breed. They hated Samaritans. And that's what he was telling them. He was saying, he said, if you want to be like your heavenly Father, then you have to love the very ones that you hate, and you can't do it because you're racist. And you can't do it. So you better be a son of God and not a servant, because if you're a servant, you're not even capable. You're not even capable of deserving to be a son. You better just be a son in your own mind so that you know that your heavenly Father loves you even though you're a racist. And your heavenly Father loves the one who you are racist against. Get that between your ears. He told them straight up. That's why they killed him. Because he kept on telling them stuff that they don't want to hear. So they murdered him. For thinking that death would have an effect on him, but it didn't. Death just proved to them that, hey, he just proved, it's like, listen, I got control of death too. If you got a problem with that. He showed them up every which way to Sunday. Command over the sea, command over water, command over death, command over sickness, command over blindness, command over deafness, command over finance, you name it. He exercised command over it. His word, his decree was over all of it. There wasn't nothing that was a match for his word. There was nothing that was a match for his decree. Nothing.
Right. Shipper up here spitting that knowledge. Yeah. Y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Shipper holding it down.
Midwest.
What it do, ship?
Not too much. We got Cole and I. We're eating some of that pizza Bella.
Oh man,
Gotta come down, man. We gotta get some of that pizza Bella. Yep. Man, it smells good too. I'm gonna have to go back and get me a slice.
I might be down there on Thursday, so.
All right, man. Come on down. We'll go. That's the first place we'll hit.
Okay,
we'll hit
that's
Pizza
cool.
Bella, and then if you stay here for a while, you know I don't cook. Then we'll have to go to the gyro place later.
It's good.
And your money is no good here, and no good here where I'm at.
The shipper always do me like that.
That's right.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Shock with the facts. Appreciate that brother too as well for holding it down. Him and Shipper.
Right here, man.
Oh, okay, still there. There you go. In the cut as usual.
I'm right here.
Hey, man.
In the cut as usual.
we gotta get Stock down here too, so his money won't be any good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good.
Take care of it for me, bud. Okay, you gotta cut your hair.
Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Once again, what they say, A-Shot, Black Bruce Wayne, I think he's gonna be emailing you for those Black Laws Dictionary.
Yep.
Yes, sir. And anybody else that need them, I'm gonna put this email across the screen right here. Boom. There you go. His email is going across the screen right there. Y'all need the Black Laws Dictionaries, hit them up. shopwiththefacts@gmail.com. Y'all need to get in touch with Moneyboy. Hit him up at moneyboyfilms@gmail.com. What we got? It said me and a couple of other women and mothers came together because the brothers over there aren't ready. I am. He said, "Oh, okay." He said he did already. Here with you again, Midwest. Thanks for bringing to these people. It's all good. Yeah, these my brothers, so they know just what I know, if not more, because we all study in our own unique ways. We all do everything the way we do it. We don't do we don't do things like each other. Everybody do and research and and do things the way that they do it. You know?
For real.
Straight up. I just know my way. See, when you know your way, you just know what you got to do, you know, to get you through where you trying to go. You can't, that's why I say don't take my word. Do your research. I'm just here to enlighten you, to wake you up. I'm not here to, to give you really a blueprint. For those that want to educate themselves with the family, then we got somewhere for that. But that technically, you got to educate yourself because that's what I did. I educated myself. I took time out. I turned the TV off, and I got in those books. I got an understanding of what was really going on. Now I know that they can't bamboozle me. You see what I'm saying? I've been bamboozled for too long. You know what I'm
No
saying?
more okey dokes.
No more okey doke. So, and that's why I always be smiling. I mean, Midwest always smiling. Yeah, because I know it's more than a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I promise you that.
A whole new dimension of value, eternal value. And that's you. You are the eternal value. You're at the end of the rainbow. You're
Exactly.
gonna find yourself. You're gonna find your name. You're gonna find your proper given name at the end. It was you. You'll find yourself.
That's it. You'll find yourself.
Who you really are.
Real talk. And if you need those redemption manuals, 4.5 and 5.0, I got them right there. MBTMidwest at gmail.com. Hit me up. I got those as well. Man, I don't know how many books we didn't study.
And West, I like what you said because you said you gotta find your way because if you be yourself, then you're not bothered by somebody else being their self. If you be yourself, then you're not threatened by somebody else's knowledge that they might know more than you about something. It's not gonna bother you because you know your stuff, you know your way.
Right, and I know how I think and how I operate. So if I hear something, I'm gonna take what I need out of it. I don't have to believe everything you said. I'm gonna take what I need from what you said.
Exactly.
And that's what's wrong with people. When people hear something, they take everything what the people say instead of taking what they need out of it.
Exactly.
Because all a person be doing is expressing themselves. So you think like, okay, well, he's directing it towards me. No, basically you take what you need from that. That's why they say if the shoe fit, wear it.
Exactly.
Straight up, real talk. You gotta like Shock said, you gotta understand the language. Shit.
That's right. Got to understand it for you.
Exactly, because I can't understand it for you. I can't even give it to you. Because I don't work downtown. I don't work in none of those offices.
Right, exactly.
Hit me up, Sachi.
And it's like,
send it to the email, say redemption manuals, and let me know which ones you need, and I'll send you the information for them. Yeah, those redemption manuals, man, that's what woke me up as well. That 4.5, the UCC redemption. Oh man, that woke me all the way up, people. Straight up. I read that book. I was like, oh hell no. Ross Boss introduced me to those books a long time ago when we first started.
Ross Boss.
Ross Boss came around the other day when we was talking about the RV.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
If any of you guys not familiar with the RV, just keep your eyes open. Because the reevaluation of the currency is coming, you guys. It's coming.
It's coming.
And the price of gold is going to be on the rise.
Sit down.
And
No, Daddy, fill it for you.
that's just that. And I got a link right here. Here's my carrot bar gold link. I'm going to drop it down here at the bottom for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the top. It's right there at the front of the screen. You can see that. Y'all can take that link right there. Go sign up. Get you guys some gold. Make an investment. You know, it's a long-term investment right here. They have different packages too, so you don't have to go in and empty out the bank trying to get a packet. You know, they got a $150 bronze packet, $350. I think that's gold. You know, and then it moves on and on and on and on down. So I would make that investment because in the near future, the price of gold will be on the rise. If you look on the national scale, it's at $9,000. I said the national scale be be private. That's how I think. And then on a public scale, it said $2,000 an ounce. So you think that's 28 grams. So
Whoa.
it's $2,000 an ounce. So you do the math. That's why it's key to it's good to sign up, but it's key to purchase a package. You there, Sheriff? Oh, okay. He muted his. Oh no, that's my. Okay, he muted his mic. Okay, cool. Yeah, but it's cool to purchase the package. And with that being said, people, we have 10 minutes before this live ends. 10 minutes before this live ends. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my guests for coming today. Coffee with Midwest.
For sure.
I hope everybody had
On
their
the
pads
grind.
out, pens, taking notes, because I know it was a lot of nuggets dropped. I know a lot of people got a lot of information that they probably didn't even know existed. And a lot of people got information that they know existed. They just got a better understanding of the information that they hold. So with that being said, it's all a win-win. It's all positive. Everything is positive. My Facebook family, all the comments over here that I was going back and forth, all the people that was watching me over there that's new to my channel. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate Shop coming, dropping bombs last night and today. Somebody said, let me grab my notebook and pack a shot back. Because I know he going to drop something. So, that's just let me know that we're doing something. You know?
Yeah.
People feeling it, because if it wasn't right, people wouldn't be feeling it. You know, because a lot of people is doing their research. They're not just taking my word. They're not just taking shop word. They're not just listening to anybody, money boy word. They're doing their research. They're taking what we have presented and they're doing their research. Those are the ones that's following through. Those are the ones that have UFC certificates. Those are the ones that have dates. You know, and that's what we look for, those people to go out and do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put any effort, then that's what you're gonna get. That's what your process gonna be. However you move, that's how your process moves. And that's just how it go. We know a lot of people don't have money. That's why the donations is key. Because I have a guy right now that I'm helping because he don't have a printer. So now I had to print out his paperwork, help him fill it out, and mail it to him. You know, because he can't do it for himself right now because everybody don't have printers. Everybody don't have computers. Some people watch us off tablets. Some people watch us off cell phones. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be able to help those who can't help themselves at the moment. Straight up. and that's just how it is. So yeah, the donations be key. The donations is not for the information, but once again, it helps because they can help themselves.
Show it to people though.
Around here for the family because we have family as well. We take time from them to bring what we bring to you guys. And I be on here for hours at a time, 2 hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I take a lot of time away to give to the people. That's just what it is. Shop, you got anything to say before this is done?
Huh?
Maybe he don't. I don't know. Yeah.
What you say?
Just subscribe if you're new to the stream. Come to my YouTube channel, MWEDU. Sign up. Check out Money Boy Films on YouTube. Sign up over there as well. Also, they carry go King Wage on YouTube. Look for King Wage. Go sign up on his channel as well. King Wage, Money Boy Films, and MWEDU. You know, go subscribe
Safe, I don't really have that many people.
as well. My favorite. And make sure y'all hit that thumbs up out there. Hit that thumbs up.
You said you tried the beans last time. They were good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That girl May, she comes.
Hit that thumbs up. Anybody else got any questions? Got my shovel going digging. You must got some snow. You got them nuggets. Great to hear, man. Much appreciated indeed. Got my shovel going. Yep. Don't drop the ball. Make the call, y'all. Don't drop the ball. Make the call. Get some gold. Go sign up and go.
Who's up?
Buy a package. Put it in the safe. 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even believe. Real talk. Do some research on it. Just go, do some research on it. Don't take my word. Do some research on it. Real talk. Once again, it's Coffee with Me and West. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Somebody dropped a comment. Welcome, people. I'm trying to check this email real fast. I got 5 comments that fast. I'll check the email in a second. Okay.
I'm still right here, man. Well,
Come on, people. We got a
what's
couple
going
minutes.
on with it though, y'all?
People watching. This is the end of the show, guys. So it's kind of quiet right now. It's ending. Shock and Sunship here, talking with the people, educating them and updating them on some things that's going on that a lot of people is not familiar with out here. So we just come to the people to try to wake them up and let them know that they don't have to be in debt.
Okay.
they don't have to be, stuck with all these bills and things to that nature. So, with that being said, hit my email, mbteammidwest@gmail.com. Get a link to the private chat, come in, you know, sit around the team and, educate yourself because it's like a little class. We sit there and we go over information, people having a private conversation in between each other, sharing information. That's it. Just like that, understanding what's going on, educating ourselves, to the fullest. You have to educate yourself because without educating
Yes,
yourself,
sir.
this don't exist. This doesn't exist. So, with that being said, y'all, what's up, Shock? You got something to say to the people before we go?
Shit, just stand on your own. Just as long as just you can't hear me. Just stand on your own. I mean, there's nothing really you can say. You know
Can't
what I'm
hear you.
saying? Besides just listen. Shit, I can hear. I can hear
Get
y'all.
louder. I
My
said
bad.
too.
I can hear y'all.
We can't even hear you no more, Shock.
You can't hear me?
I don't know, people. It's the energy.
Oh, I can hear you.
Nothing really you can say. You know what I'm saying? Besides just listen. I can hear y'all.
Go ahead. They hear you.
Oh, okay. No, there ain't real. I was just saying, like, there's nothing too much that you can
They
really
hear
say because it is, or you just educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you know what to
you.
do
Yeah.
if you're determined. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Like, just keep doing you.
I can hear you. Nothing really you can say. Oh, okay. I was saying like there ain't nothing too much that you can really say because it is already just educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what you got to determine. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Like keep doing you.
It's all good. Yeah, Shock, it's a delay over here.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Man, I don't really got nothing to say. There's nothing really to say.
No, I was
They
just
gotta
saying,
just learn.
yeah, no, I was saying we
Oh,
was going to get ready to end
I
before
got
you.
allergies. My shit tripping. That's why I have my stain. My eyes is tripping right now.
Oh, yeah. It's all good, people. Let me see what we have. 8 minutes. Yeah, we had some audio issues, but we'll be back a little later, people. Coffee with me and West. You know, we come on here and we talk about the again. I dropped the links earlier. I posted them up in there. We'll probably end this video.
My bad.
It's all good.
But yeah, y'all you just gotta learn. That's all you can do is listen, educate yourself, and get the real, get the fake, whatever you determine how you feel. It's up to y'all. That's really that you can really say. You know what I'm saying? I encourage y'all to do y'all research. I encourage y'all to claim what's yours, your inheritance, and I claim for y'all just to learn how to love and respect. You know what I'm saying? And have willpower to do introspecting within yourself. Because it starts with yourself. You better yourself, you better the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's all. That's all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's all play a part. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry about changing other people and this and that because that's where it comes in an illusion. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just better yourself. It starts with yourself and everything else branches off. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter if you married, don't matter mama, daddy, nothing. I don't care who they is. The principle of the matter is only you can better yourself. It's like drug addicts or whatever programs. Nothing can help. It's up to the individual to really change within, to let go and to move on. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's just up to y'all. Just like it's up to me to get where I'm in today and understand. I got people that don't want me to do this for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I care? Hell no, because only I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand what I know. That doesn't determine what I know is wrong.
Right.
Man.
Absolutely.
Kalam.
Absolutely. People hit those thumbs up. People hit those thumbs up. Right. You're educating yourself to educate yourself. And then once you educate yourself, the people around you will eventually get it because they'll hear it. Because you'll be talking to people, you'll be researching, you'll be studying, reading. So it's gonna be in their presence, those that's around you. Remember when we talked when we first came on, you know, you want to educate the people around you, the people that you're always talking to, the people that's always, you know, near, the one that you call on, the one that you lean on, and you know, those are the ones you want to educate. You know, you want to educate those people. You know, that way y'all can be, you know, you have like-minded people around. You always want to have like-minded people around you because in any type of situation, you'll be able to maneuver in the right way versus panicking. You see what I'm saying? So you learn discipline. For one, you learn how to discipline yourself when you start doing your research and understanding this process. You learn a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. And then once you learn how to discipline yourself and get an understanding for what you're looking for, what you're trying to do, then there you go. Boom. You got it. Now you got it between the ears. Now you can give it to somebody else. You know, I like to give it to people. If you need to ask a question in private, email me. mbteammidwest@gmail.com. mbteammidwest@gmail.com. Hit me up. 4 minutes, people. We got 4 minutes left. Anybody got any last questions or anything? Get them in now. Yep, email on screen.
Damn.
Yes, sure.
That shit tripping.
I'm gonna have to start playing some of your music in my intro and my outro shot.
On everything, huh?
Yeah. I'll have to
On
send
everything.
you a little donation to play your little music in my little intros and outros.
Everybody's going crazy.
Yeah.
And if they want to tape, it's good, y'all. On everything, one of a kind. Mama, it's only about.
Yes, sir.
It's only 1,000 out there. 2,000. It's like I think 1,000 or 2,000. I can't remember. It's 1,100 out there. You know?
Yep, and I've been spreading them everywhere I go. Every state I go, I leave 3 or 4 of them. So I spread, you know, I spread the knowledge. You know, we have 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. Any questions? Any last questions from anybody? Anybody need to contact me? They can hit me up at mbteammidwest@gmail.com. Gmail.com.
Hit him up.
Y'all
Hit him up like Pac said.
There go Shock. Y'all need them Black Laws Dictionary. Hit him up. Shock with the facts at gmail.com. Hit him up. Yes, y'all. What we got? And a lot of people don't ask a lot of questions on Facebook at the moment. But that's cool. It said I need to. Okay. I got that. Hey, Sheila. Hey, how's it going? Looks like you jumped in when we finna get ready to jump off. But it's all good. All you have to do is just go back and watch the video from the beginning because there was a lot of nuggets, a lot of information dropped. So I advise you guys who came in the middle, towards the end, you know, to go back and watch this video. Like, share, subscribe. The people on Facebook, subscribe to MWEDU. That way you'll get a notification when I go live on YouTube as well. We need everybody to like, share, subscribe, people. If you need to contact me, the email is going across the screen right there. Thank you guys again for watching. Where we go one, we go all, people. Remember
All
that.
right, y'all.
Remember that.
Tap in.
We'll tap in a
again
little later. Time to take some notes. Time for some research. Talk to you soon.